Okay, hey guys, we are live. Okay, good. Okay, so I just wanted to show you some video footage of Mariupol. You guys remember there was that it was that big, not big city, it's a small city in the Donetsk region. It was a big deal for the Ukrainians last year, not even in the summertime, in the springtime. Uh, the big Azov battalion, they're saying, yeah, we're going to fight here to the end, and I'm thinking, okay, you're fighting in a factory, you have no reinforcements coming to save you, there's like no point of dying like this. And so, of course, eventually they surrendered. They claimed they'll never surrender. Like the commander swore, like he would get online, he'll use the Wi-Fi, and he'll make videos and tell the Ukrainian public that he would not surrender at all. But then all of a sudden, like, was it 2 days later, he goes, "Yeah, guys, Russians, we surrender." I thought it was just kind of interesting. It's pretty funny. So, anyways, so you would assume that if you're following the pro-Ukrainian narrative, you would assume that life under Russian occupation is terrible and horrible, and all the cities that are bombed and destroyed because of the evil Russians, right? But let me show you this video right here. Okay, let's see. This one right here. Okay, so this is Mariupol. This video was uploaded on the 27th of August. Today's the 28th, so that was yesterday. On Sunday, that's when the video was uploaded. And so, like, it's just going to show you just regular life. So no military propaganda, nothing, just random shots of random places throughout the city, right? So you would assume you would see a destroyed city, a city under destruction, but no, you see something else, something that completely goes against the mainstream narrative. Because apparently, whenever Russians occupy cities, they actually start to rebuild them for some reason. How evil of them, you know? Well, check this out. And it's in Russian, so I will pause once in a while and I'll translate for you guys what the subtitles say. Oh, the bottom part says Mariupol right there. Okay, the bottom part says metallurgist something. I don't know what PR stands for. I think it's Prospect. Is that Metallurgist Avenue? Probably. But yes, so you already see like some buildings are being renovated at the moment. Look at these new buildings. Look at them, right? Like, yeah. They don't look like the old, old Arab buildings where they're just nasty looking. These are brand new. So on the bottom part right here, it says they're on top of the old ruins. Basically some of the old buildings that got destroyed. Because the battle for Mariupol, it was pretty wild. And when I say it was wild, I think I'm exaggerating, but it's kind of interesting because the main forces of Ukraine, the actual official military, they were not necessarily interested in defending Mariupol. They knew they were losing, right? And so they would just contact the Russians and say, "Hey, we're trying to surrender, but Azov guys they're shooting at us all the time. So let's try to meet up at night somewhere. We'll meet up at a certain location. We'll try to sneak away, and then you guys pick us up, and we'll surrender." And so, the actual battle for Mariupol, it was not really supposed to last as long as it should have lasted because the mainline forces already were surrendering, they were losing, they were being defeated. Some of them were just retreating, running away. And the Azov guys, they're the only ones who, with their limited force, they just went into the old factory building. And so after most of the cities in rebels and basically taken over by the Russians, Azov only controlled this one old Soviet-style factory, which was, Soviet-style factories are high-quality factories. They could last for centuries because they're so strong and so thick. And so Azov, ironically, who wants to destroy everything related to the Soviet era, somehow decided to hide out in a Soviet era factory for some reason. But that's where they were hiding for a long time. And so the battle for Mariupol, like the actual battle, like for the actual city, lasted probably, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. But it was the battle for Azovstal that extended it for like a longer time, for an unnecessary long time as well. And so theoretically, yes, it was the battle for Mariupol, but in reality, it's just mostly the battle for Azovstal. Most of the city was already kind of, just under like just Russian control. There's like no more bombings, no more explosions anymore. But yes, but the initial battle when it first started, there were crazy explosions everywhere. There were lots of crazy things going on, and so lots of civilians suffering, and lots of military casualties on the Ukrainian side. And they were fighting for like a lot of these buildings, and like, they were hiding these buildings and using these buildings as cover. And so a lot of them were destroyed because of this. But now you're seeing how like life's kind of returning to normal in Mariupol under Russian control. Oh, you see the Donetsk flag right here in the corner. So the bottom part right there, it says that people have been getting more earnings, higher earnings, or bigger paychecks, however you want to translate that part. But yeah, so people are making a lot more money now that they're living under under Russia's control, not Ukraine's control. Basically, like I guess to transferring your DPR pensions to Russian pensions, like because eventually, like the Donetsk Republic, because it technically came up under Donetsk Republic control, right? Like the city of Mariupol, but Donetsk Republic has been recognized now officially by Russia as part of Russia, and so there's like this transition going on where the Donetsk government has to kind of transition a lot of things into like Russia's into the Russian Federation, and so so basically I guess the pensioners who are getting their pensions, they're getting money from the Donetsk Republic, but I guess like according to that little the little thing right there, just according on this paper, yeah, so I guess you're just transferring their DPR pension to Russian Federation pension. So yeah, right there that says dentist, stomatolog. They're doing renovation of the palace pioneers. People walking around, this guy jogging, this old man wearing a USSR shirt. Okay, yes, that's cringe, but at the same time, uh, like that was his life. That was the life he knew. That's when he actually had a job, had a good job. When he just was just a regular person living his life, and he had job security. And then like Russia becomes independent, Ukraine becomes independent. A lot of people lose their jobs. They're poor. They've like nothing to live for. And then like they just have this memory of you know the USSR. And so yes, like I don't like the USSR, but at the same time, I don't berate old people who basically remember the good time that they had when they lived back there. And so if he was in Ukraine right now, he'd probably be killed by by some teenager or something like that, and and then of course, if the teenager got arrested, the cops be accused of, being a communist or something, so the cops would let the teenager go. And so, but now that Russia controls Mariupol, he just freely walks around without being threatened with violence. He just walks around with his USSR shirt and confidently, without fear. You saw that the bus system works. See, the roads they're working. You have the transportation system. People got jobs. But these happy people are smiling. This is where you use regular houses. There's some houses work though. Okay, so like I'm assuming some of these houses are probably covered some of So this I think that's the Azov Sea, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Um, just showing regular life in Mariupol. No extra propaganda, nothing else. Just regular people. You just see random shots of random people walking around, living their life, just like it's supposed to be. And like Russia did not just occupy it and kind of let people stay in rubble. No, they immediately started rebuilding. Like like that's awesome. Like that should be good. So like those people definitely don't want to go back to Ukraine. Definitely not. Especially when they're getting higher wages too. No, they're definitely not going back to Ukraine at all. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to show like a quick video triggering some Ukrainian people and some people who support Ukraine. I hope you guys are triggered as well. Uh, there you go, guys. Hopefully there'll be more footage like this in other occupied cities where more people who support Ukraine will be triggered by how good people live under Russian occupation. Okay, guys. I think I might do another stream tonight as well, but I don't know. So support the channel. Like, share, subscribe. Go to my Patreon, patreon.com/altmonarchist. Go to my Teespring channel, buy some merch. Both links are in the description below. You have a good